Tanel?
Hi, Stoiko. Nice to meet you in
Nice
person,
to see you.
or at least see you as well while we're chatting.
Yeah, me too. First of all, congratulations about the last year. It was hard for a lot of platforms, and I'm pretty happy with the performance of Reinvest24. I mean, every projects were done on schedule, and no any delays, no any defaults. So it's a zero default policy. I would like to see this later, but I know there is no warranty for that. Past performance doesn't guarantee the future results. But even though, congratulations on the performance and on the expansion in this quite turbulent times. So I want to jump in right now for the latest news for you. I mean, the German market project, the first projects from German market. I would like to have some elaborate on this. I would like to know your strategy for the German market and what kind of projects you expect to have there, and also some plans for this market. And the other thing is how you will handle this market. I mean, do you have dedicated team here? How many people, if so, and what is the background? So let's start with the German market.
Yeah, sure. So we have at all time eyes on actually several potential markets in Europe, as we're looking to expand widely our property operations on pretty much all areas. Ultimate goal would be to have property operations on all over Europe and offer different type of real estate investments to our investors to provide great diversification and find everything for the preference of our investors. We actually have had on our table quite a few projects from Germany, but they weren't as attractive as this one was. So once we started the due diligence process and negotiation with the owners around 6 months ago, and everything looked very promising. We deep dived also into the area where it's located, and I would say that all the factors are currently heavily favoring rental properties in that area. As in the Berlin, there used to be a cap on the rental prices. If you made a rental contract 15 years ago for, let's say, 300 euros per month or very cheap price, then the landlord couldn't increase those prices even 15 years later. Now this cap has been removed. Some landlords are even trying to get additional rental payments for the previous periods. And that is, altogether, that change will increase a lot the real estate rental prices in Berlin. A lot of people will look outside of Berlin. This is where our Eberswald project is located, around 50 kilometers from Berlin. And the infrastructure in Germany is great, especially in the Berlin area. So especially the trains, they work really well. If you live nearby the train station, let's say 50 kilometers from Berlin, you can easily work still in Berlin, and the connection is quite good. In Berlin, also the immigrants are it's for the refugee people. It's a very attractive location. Around the population is increasing around 50,000 people per year. And now with the higher rental prices, they're also going to be looking outside of that area. So we feel that rental properties in that area are currently very attractive investments and great opportunity to find in the markets. But when it comes to Germany in overall, you can't really expect really high returns from some ready asset on prime location with, let's say, that some property that's covered fully with rental contracts. It usually requires a lot of work to get higher yield, but it is possible. And this is exactly the case with the Eberswald project. We are renovating the property, putting in quite a lot of work into that. And this is how we are aiming to achieve around 12.5% annual income for our investors for a 2-year period. But coming back to how what's our plans on German market? We currently have one representative in Germany. She has accounting and administrating background. She's a perfect fit for managing the projects, managing the tenants. And then we're currently looking for another person who would have a construction background, development background, to screen the market and find new opportunities for us. But the decision making will still be made by our core team here in Tallinn. Yeah, so we take it step by step. We don't set we don't want to give any high expectations on like a huge volume of projects coming from Germany. We currently have some partners that we are in talk for quite some time. If we manage to close some of those partnerships, then the project flow will be a lot higher.
Okay, thank you. And mentioning your core team in Tallinn, I would like to address some speculations that Reinvest24 is one-man show, and there is no team but you. I personally can say that I contacted at least one more people from your team. But in any case, how big is your team actually, and what is the background on the guys? It will be maybe interesting. I know you addressed this in the video. That is not, but currently your team is bigger, I think.
Yeah, if we talk about the core team, then and the people who are focusing on the real estate, especially, you know, we have the IT team, we have marketing, we have support, we have a lot of people, around 15 people in our team in overall. But I would say the 5 people are who are working with real estate projects and screening and due diligence and structuring the deals. So this is all of them have background in real estate development, except pretty much me. I have rather financial backgrounds. And we will update our About Us section soon to give a better overview, because I know that this is something that investors would like to see. So far, you know, I've been the face of the company. I'm the CEO, and I'm doing all the communication. They are rather people who are not so I would say more technical people, not so people's people. So they are not so comfortable in front of cameras and talking to people. So this is one of the reasons. But we will make that upgrade, and I know that this is something that many other are waiting as well to see more. Who are those people?
Yeah, that will be great to have About section with shows the background, at least for the people involved with the decisions, because technical people are not that important in this case, but the people that making decisions should be mentioned, and it will increase the transparency and the investor trust. I have one more suggestion. It's not a question, but a suggestions for improvement. Speaking of transparency and investment trust, maybe you should go with the schedule on the project, when and how much is expected to pay, and how when it's paid actually, so the investors can be easily monitor that everything is on schedule, and have some idea when they have some payments. I'm pretty happy that I invested almost all, if not all, of the projects until now, and I have usually almost every day I have some dividend paid in my or interest income in my account. But in any case, I didn't know how many, let's say, how is the loans progressing, and it will be easy to also make the decision if you want to sell some loans on the secondary market, because you will know how much income set, and even sometimes you can offer some very small discount and still be on the plus side as an investor. So this is just a suggestion. And
let me just give you a quick overview. This is actually something that we've been working on for the past 3 or 4 months, and we're basically redesigning the whole property section. So we already are finalizing this. So I am pretty sure you will be able to see that next month already. So this is something that we've been working on for 3-4 months already.
Thank you. Actually, this was not my suggestion. I have a group for About PTP Invest Week, and I announced that there will be an interview, and one investor suggested this, which is, I found, very good improvement. So, okay, let's speak about the other market that is very interesting for me. It's a Spanish market. You have one property there, and do you have some other in the pipeline? How is situation there? Spain is also a very interesting market.
Yeah, we actually have two properties there. They are both in Valencia area. One is in the city where we're renovating apartment building, and the second one is in the suburb area where we're building 5 family houses on a land plot. In overall, I would say that the trend is pretty much similar considering the real estate market everywhere in Europe. The market has not just recovered, but it's actually growing in a very rapid pace. We are actually a bit surprised looking into Moldova and especially Spain and around the suburbs in the Valencia area, especially. The real estate agencies, the local real estate agencies they're pretty confident selling the properties in like a couple of weeks. They're giving out these kind of promises already. The prices are currently already on a higher level that we have projected in the project. So everything is going even better than we expected. We have currently S2 projects, but in Spain, we already have a branch. We already have employees there. We already have a lot going on there. So you can expect a lot better volume of projects from there, or at least everything will happen faster there than it will be in Germany. We're currently actually something very exciting. I am excited about it. We're currently in negotiations with a huge real estate property fund in Spain. And we are right now finalizing the first collaboration project with them. So this is something that I'm very excited to announce that already, but I can't really speak about it before everything is finalized. Unfortunately, I can just tell you that this fund is pretty has a very high reputation worldwide. Everyone knows it. Okay. But I can't say the name of it yet, unfortunately. But yes, so it's if not one of the biggest in the property real estate funds. Yes. So this is something that we are almost finalized. We have almost finalized it. But coming back to the properties that are already ongoing, everything is going very smoothly. We haven't had any setbacks so far. Our team is very competent on implementing these kind of projects, and like I said, the real estate market is currently at the higher level than we projected for the sale prices. And we have been in talk with a couple of real estate agencies who will manage the sales process, and their view or their estimations are also quite surprising, actually. So I would say that everything is extremely well, especially with Spain and Moldova. In Moldova, also the growth has been I would say that our LTVs are not around 50% right now, but they're rather around 40% with the previous growth. Okay.
Good to know. It sounds like a too good situation in the real estate market is too good to be true, which is always makes me cautious. I suspect that this is some expectation of very high inflation calculated, and all the
yes,
going in the real estate market as a way to preserve the value of their money, which is in historical sense there is 1,000 years maybe this real not 1,000 but a few hundred years
as long as it's been tracked, basically.
As long as it's been
yes, well, I'm very happy to be in the real estate. As if we look at what is the monetary policy of the central banks, all the COVID-related help packages, it has increased the money supply tremendously. We can expect quite high inflation. Real estate is known as one of the best store of value investments. And the whole macroeconomical side is just favoring real estate as an asset class in pretty much all areas. You combine that with low interest rates, and also some, there are some issues with supply chains in the construction section. So the raw materials like steel and that wood and the iron, they have increased in price already a lot. So to build, the construction prices are a lot higher already. That means that there isn't that much profit as well, that the supply of new developments can increase that much. So in overall, I think everything is right now supporting and favoring real estate. I don't think that it's something that is similar to 2008 financial crisis. The economical side of it is totally different. But you need to be cautious, obviously, and you need to be, when things are going too well, it's rather a good idea to take one step back and think about it, like what's really happening, and dive deeper into it than just rushing into it straight away. So this is like a good point. Yeah.
Okay, and speaking of different markets that Reinvest24 operates, which one, in your opinion, offers currently best opportunities, and which one is associated with the highest risk? I know that usually they go together, but I'm interested more or less that when you have big risk on the market, I didn't care too much about the reward. So I would like to ask you about the riskiest market for you, in your opinion, and the best promising.
Well, it is kind of hard to put them in a line, because different markets, they offer different opportunities and also come with different risks. And our job is to adjust those risks. We structure those deals in a way to minimize those risks. For example, Moldova market obviously is more riskier, but if we keep the LTV around 50%, then it's adjusting that risk. So I don't really feel that it's a lot more riskier than some other areas. You just need to structure those deals in a way to balance it out. So in that sense, I would say Moldova, but at the same time, I see huge growth in the real estate prices in Moldova. We're working with a very established developer there who's giving us a full overview of all that's going on. And the LTV is also, like I said, it's actually not around 50%. It's rather close to 40% right now with the current market situation. So it's kind of hard to evaluate. Different markets, just different. There are obviously risks involved with all different kind of investments. Just that, this is our work to adjust those things and find those opportunities that we feel are more secure.
Okay, thank you. Mentioning the Moldovan market and this big developer, I mean, you meaning Kirsan Holding.
Yep.
My next question is for them. I see a lot of properties that are associated with Kirsan Holding. Maybe they are very good developer, but I always going to be cautious when too much things start to rely on one developer, because developers usually have been historically highly leveraged, and in this market that is going straight up, maybe melting up is the better phrase now. Is it there is some risks associated for this one developer? Do you have any plans to diversify the developers in different markets? I know that you work in Moldova, in Spain, and maybe somewhere else. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, in Latvia as well, and actually in Germany,
Latvia,
Switzerland, and they cover like pretty big area in Europe actually. Yeah, but I mean, like in Moldova, we actually work with 5 different companies. They are all just under the Kirsan group. It's a quite big group, so it's similar as with our SPVs and our rental projects. Different companies are managing different projects to keep them independent from each other and separated. This is one way to minimize those risks. But obviously, it's not the only partnership, and we're not going to be only working with Kirsan. We actually have quite a lot of other partnerships. I wouldn't say in the pipeline, but under negotiation. It just takes a lot more time with bigger groups, bigger funds, and so on. But we in Reinvest have always the mindset that we rather want to work with couple established, either developers, construction companies, funds, and so on, than to just have a high volume of smaller companies who can present good collateral. So this is just a strategy. It just takes time. It's not the plan, but Kirsan, it took us quite a lot of time as well to work it out with Kirsan before we got the first project on the platform. Things just take time, but we are working on it constantly.
Okay. I just wanted to know that you're thinking in this way, so diversify the partners. I agree that it's better to have a few well-established partners. They have a false illusion of diversifications when you have a lot of unreliable partners. So this is a good thing. And you're growing quite fast and performing, let's say, excellent is not an exaggeration, because I started for the first days on the platform. It will be almost 2 years, more than 2 years and a half now since I started using the Reinvest. And probably I should update my review soon because a lot of things happening since there. But I wanted to know, how do you plan? What is your strategy to continue have excellent record? Until now, I remember just one project that was delayed. But in any case, it was not big deal for me because I never invest money that I have I will need in the short term. So the project was delayed, but actually the income continued. So it was okay. But this is just one project. It's followed your project. So how you will continue to grow and keep this excellent track record? What is the strategy for, let's say, next year?
Well, I know you've been with us from quite a long time. I think 2018 was already that.
Yes.
So going to be 3 years already soon. At first, you might have seen that, yeah, almost there. So at first things didn't move that fast, but in the past year we have shown an excellent growth. But it doesn't really mean that we didn't work hard back then. Just with our strategy, the way that we see things and how we want to build Reinvest as a company and the investment platform, it's just the opposite of the, let's say that all the work that we put in then gave us the growth that we see last year. It's just there is some kind of a delay there. So, but I mean, our strategy will remain the same. We will choose quality over quantity when it comes to the project selection or partnerships and so on. So this is, I think, one of the critical things that I believe that is important for any platform is that if you don't just try to get as much volume out there as possible and show growth to your investors, and you're actually thinking like a couple of years ahead and trying to build a sustainable long-term investment platform, and you keep that in mind making any decisions, then things might take a bit longer to get rolling. But we got there last year, and now things are moving already pretty a lot more faster. So in overall, the strategy is the same as it has always been: quality over quantity, monitoring the projects closely, having a bit deeper partnerships with our lenders, trying to implement a lot of projects ourselves where we have full control over the whole process, and with just a higher volume of projects, and we just need to look into more new markets. I don't think that Baltics is already like quite a lot of real estate platforms here who are offering pretty much the same things, trying to find the developers, the lenders who would take, want to list their projects and finance the projects on their platform. And the market is just not big enough for everyone to grow and keep the quality up. So we need to look outside. You need to widen your reach to other areas where there, might be a lot less competition, while there are also quite good volume of good opportunities with a high quality projects. So widening our reach, that what we have done already now. We're going to establish a branch in Germany. We're going to establish a branch in Moldova. These things are already in progress. We already have a branch in Spain, and there are a couple more markets that are very interesting for us, and we are pretty much waiting for the EU regulations to be applied to enter those markets, which just makes it regulation-wise a lot more easier if we have the overall EU regulations applied for all EU countries. Right now, some countries have their own regulations that kind of like makes it more difficult to enter there. But yes, so to conclude, just keep expanding, being very picky on the partnerships and on the projects that we list. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, Europe has enough good quality projects that offer good returns for all the platforms to grow a lot. You know, if you look like 5 to 10 years from now, you know, Estate Guru right now in our region is the biggest real estate platform. But I think the growth level that they have reached now is only the, you know, the surface of the actual potential that is out there.
Okay, Tanel, thank you. I like this view, the vision, and I really wish you to execute your plans as expected, because it will be good for me too, not just for you.
Yes,
I'm
yes, of
mostly an
course.
investor. I have vested interest here. Okay, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm always happy to give some insights and just explain our vision and what we're trying to achieve here in Reinvest24.
Okay, thank you.